issue of wage theft in Rhode Island is ubiquitous, it's constant, and it's nearly universal. And it's wholly dependent on workers and workers' organizations themselves in enforcing it. The tools just aren't there in Rhode Island to protect workers without the organizations like Force Laboral, Restaurant Opportunity Centers, and other workers' organizations in Rhode Island. I focus on tipped workers issues almost exclusively in Rhode Island over the past 6 months, and we found that nearly everywhere that we went, there was an example of either sexual harassment, wage theft, hours abuse, or just general disregard of the rights of individual workers. As we've seen in the past 3 months, we've seen 3 locations in Rhode Island get busted by Department of Labor on wages and hours violations. Right down the street at Cilantro, Gourmet Heaven, which is going to court today, the Morocco Group on Federal Hill. The industry is protected by an organization called Rhode Island Hospitality Association, which is so bold as to hold their legislative lobbying events at locations like Not Your Average Joe's, which has a history of repeated wage violations in the tune of more than $500,000 in Boston alone. This is an attitude of impunity, and this is an attitude of lawlessness for workers in Rhode Island, and needs to be away and needs to be addressed right now. That we're here with this group of workers who are here in front of this restaurant whose abuse in Connecticut included direct violence by the management against those workers. Workers would work more than 90 hours in a week and be paid between $300 and $400 a week. That is a theft. It's a grand theft. It's a theft that can't undo the loss of time with family, loss of time to improve your lives. It also goes against the very core values of Rhode Islanders and core values of us as Americans, which is one that is inclusive, where hard work allows people to move forward. This was hard work making people move backwards. And that's something that's true in the restaurant industry throughout Rhode Island and throughout the nation. There are 22,000 workers, I'm sorry, correct that. There are 25,000 workers in the industry right now. It's fully 15% of Rhode Island's workforce who are subject to conditions that are abusive, arbitrary, and cruel. Immigrant workers in particular, and women, find themselves victim of harassment, threats, and violence on a regular basis. We hear these stories consistently, and this is something that needs to be undone. Rates of poverty among workers in this industry is at 1.5 times that of any other industry. Rates of harassment account for 37% of all claims of harassment with the Department of Labor and Department of Justice. That is more than every other industry combined. Workers in Rhode Island's restaurant industry, particularly servers now, collect food assistance to the rate of $700,000 a month. The other workers who are undocumented don't even have access to that basic protection. We need a system that's inclusive, one that's just, and one that welcomes every worker and says, if you work hard, you will move forward. Not one where if you claim your rights, you'll face beatings, taken off of schedule, denial of access to benefits, and denial of access to your own humanity. This is a system that is completely untenable and one that has to change. And luckily we have organizations like Force Laboral, Restaurant Opportunity Centers, Rhode Island AFL, who's come out and helped us, Rhode Island Jobs with Justice, who have all agreed that worker abuse has to stop, and we're going to draw the line here.